This little co-parenting exchange has many different communication patterns, from defensiveness to emotional redirection. Here's the message. Hi, we sent a birthday card to your house. He said it was never given to him. Did you get the card at all? This asks a direct logical question and doesn't directly accuse. The one thing that does stand out though, is that they say he said it was never given to him. Not he said he didn't get it. He said it was never given to him. And then they say, did you get the card at all? Could infer that there has been escalation and conflict in the past. But the message didn't say you hid it or you never gave it to him or you're lying. So let's look at the response. First line. Sounds like I'm being accused of not giving him a card. They don't answer the question first. Instead, they interpret accusation and they establish themselves as the victim. Now that shifts the power dynamic instantly. Then she says, I don't appreciate it. This reinforces moral positioning. Again, the focus is moved away from the actual issue. Next, she says, and for your information, we never received a card. Notice the wording, for your information. This phrase carries irritation and superiority. This is corrective language, so she's basically saying, I'm now setting you straight. And if it did turn up, I'd give him the card. Nobody actually suggested otherwise. Psychologically, this often happens when someone either feels chronically judged, or they're highly defensive already, or they have unresolved guilt or sensitivity around the topic, or they perceive natural questions as attacks. Stop trying to turn me into the worst parent ever. This is a pretty big amplification leap. Nothing in the original message remotely said bad parent, neglect, or malicious withholding. So emotionally, they have jumped from the card question to, you think I'm the worst parent ever. This indicates that the response could be filtered through an existing emotional narrative rather than just this interaction. Then, and try and turn my son against me. Now this is where I would say the core emotional fear underneath this entire message lies. That line reveals a deeper lens that they are interpreting things through. And that could be fear of alienation, losing relationship or control, the fear of being undermined, and loyalty shifting. Now for all of you thinking, yeah, but you don't know what she's dealt with in the past, or there's more to the story, that may be absolutely true. Context matters, past hurts matter, history matters. But in every interaction, we still have a choice to make it better. Sometimes that looks like responding with less emotion. Sometimes it looks like not responding at all. What we have to understand is that every interaction tells a story. The communication still reveals emotional regulation issues, defensiveness, perceived threat, and the biggest tell in this whole exchange is they answered the emotional implication before answering the practical question. That is almost always a sign that emotional self-protection is driving the interaction more than the problem solving. All right, if you've got communication you want broken down, DM it to me and we'll put it up.